Have you ever eaten a bunch of fresh pineapple and felt that weird, tingly, almost burning feeling on your tongue? You know what I'm talking about. It's not your imagination. And today, we're going to get right into the science behind that pineapple that, well, seems to bite you back.
I love this quote because it sounds so dramatic, right? Almost like a horror movie. But here's the crazy part. It's not really an exaggeration. It's a surprisingly accurate way to describe what's actually happening on a biochemical level inside your mouth.
So yeah, that leads to the obvious questions. How in the world can a fruit eat you? And maybe the more interesting question is why? Why would a plant evolve to be so aggressive? The answers take us on this amazing journey through plant defense, human history, and some really cool modern science.
Okay, so let's get this out of the way first. You are not making it up. That prickly feeling is 100% real. And for most people, it's not an allergy. It's a direct result of a chemical process, an attack, happening on the surfaces of your mouth.
So, let's meet the culprit. Its name is bromelain. Now, bromelain isn't just one single thing. It's more like a whole cocktail of different enzymes. And these enzymes have one main job. They digest protein. You find it all over the pineapple plant, but the highest concentrations are actually in the stem and the core. The special power that bromelain has is called proteolysis, and that's just a fancy science word for breaking down proteins. The best way to think about it is like this. Bromelain acts like millions of tiny, microscopic scissors, snipping away at protein chains and cutting them into smaller and smaller pieces.
Okay, so here's the play-by-play of the assault. The moment you take a bite and start chewing, you unleash all those bromelain enzymes. Now, your mouth has a super thin, protective layer of protein all over it. It's called mucin. Well, bromelain immediately starts dissolving that protective barrier. It's literally digesting it. And with that shield gone, the pineapple's natural acids can now get to the sensitive tissues underneath. That's the tingle you feel.
Which just brings up another huge question, doesn't it? I mean, why would a fruit attack the very creature that's supposed to eat it and spread its seeds? It seems kind of backwards. So what's the motive here? What's the evolutionary reason for having this chemical weapon?
And the answer, in a word, is defense. Bromelain is a powerful weapon designed to make pests and bugs think twice about munching on the pineapple plant. But here's where it gets really clever. As strong as bromelain is, it doesn't work alone. It has an accomplice, a partner in crime that makes the whole system brutally effective.
See, the pineapple has a 1-2 punch. First, you have the chemical attack. That's bromelain. Then you have the physical attack, these things called raphides. Raphides are basically microscopic, needle-sharp crystals. Now, on their own, neither one is a huge deal. One pokes you a little, the other digests a little. But when you put them together, hoo boy.
And if you want to see just how effective this team-up is, check out this study. Scientists fed some silk moth larvae leaves with just raphides. Nothing happened. Then they tried just bromelain. A few died, but not many. But look at that last row. When they combined the raphides and the bromelain, the mortality rate just skyrocketed to almost 100%. That's not just defense, that is total annihilation.
They call this the needle effect, and it is as brilliant as it is vicious. The tiny crystal needles literally puncture the cells in an insect's mouth and gut, and those little holes become the perfect entry points for the bromelain enzymes to get inside and just wreak havoc. It's an absolutely incredible evolutionary strategy.
So what do we as humans do when we discover a powerful natural weapon like this? We don't run away from it. We figure out how to use it for ourselves. And this is where the story shifts from the plant's survival to our own innovation.
And this journey has been a long one. For centuries, indigenous peoples in South and Central America already knew pineapple was powerful medicine. But it took until 1891 for science to even isolate the stuff. And look at this, it wasn't until 2012 that the very first and still the only prescription drug made from bromelain got official approval. That's a long road from folk remedy to modern medicine.
Of course, the place most of us have seen it in action is in the kitchen. That same protein digesting power is what makes it an amazing meat tenderizer. It just breaks down all those tough fibers. It's also used to make beer less cloudy, a process called chill proofing. Even bakers use it, and it's so common and safe that the FDA just calls it generally recognized as safe.
Okay, let's just pause on this for a second, because this is really important to understand. Despite all the health claims and all its uses, there is only one single clinically approved prescription drug made from bromelain in the entire world. It's a gel for treating severe burns, and it's only approved in Europe. Just one.
Now, if you walk into a pharmacy or health food store, that's a different story. You will see bromelain everywhere. It's sold as a dietary supplement for everything from digestion to inflammation. Medically, its main use is for wound debridement. That's a term for cleaning out dead tissue from a wound. And there's even some research showing it might help our bodies absorb other medicines, like antibiotics, better.
And this really highlights the huge gap between a proven medical drug and a dietary supplement. On one side, you have that single burn cream, backed by years of expensive, rigorous clinical trials. On the other side, you have a whole market of supplements with dozens of claims, but most of them don't have that same level of scientific proof. It's a classic case of proven fact versus hopeful claim.
From the pharmacy, it's a short jump to the beauty counter. The cosmetics industry absolutely loves bromelain. It acts as a very gentle chemical exfoliant. It just dissolves the proteins that act like glue holding old dead skin cells onto your face. So it helps reveal the smoother, newer skin underneath. That's why you see it in so many face masks and peels.
So think about this journey. We've gone from a plant's defense system to a tool in our kitchens, our medicine cabinets, and even our skincare routines. What a wild ride for a simple enzyme, right? The big question now is, what's next? Well, the future looks both incredibly high-tech and very, very green. Scientists are figuring out how to make bromelain in labs, so we don't have to rely only on pineapple farms. They're developing tiny nano-delivery systems to get the enzyme exactly where it needs to go in the body. And maybe the coolest part is this idea of a circular bioeconomy, realizing that the millions of tons of pineapple stems and peels we throw away aren't waste. They're a valuable resource we can turn into something amazing.
You know, when you step back and look at the whole picture, the story of bromelain is just remarkable. It's the perfect example of how we can study a plant's unique solution for its own survival, and then, through our own ingenuity, transform it into a powerful tool to improve our own lives.
From fighting off bugs to helping heal burn victims, bromelain's story is clearly still being written. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other natural wonders, what other incredible secrets are hiding all around us, just waiting in plain sight to be discovered?
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more How Meets History.